Good morning, students. Welcome back to Max class once again. Dear students, today we learn about proportion. What do you mean by proportion? If two ratios are equal, then we say that they are in proportion. So the equality between two ratios, that is called a proportion. So two ratios are there. Therefore, in a proportion there will be four terms. In ratio, two terms are there. First term is called antecedent and last term is called consequent. But when two ratios are there, then total four quantities will be there. And here a proportion, when two ratios are equal, they are said to be in proportion. You can see that A is to B, that's a ratio, and that is equal to C is to D, another ratio. These two ratios are equal, then we call that A is to B proportionate to C is to D. So in order to show the proportion, we use the two columns together, means four dots. This shows the proportionality of two ratios. So in a proportion, there are four quantities. In that first and last quantity, here A is to B proportionate to C is to D. In that first and last quantities are called extreme terms. Extreme means they are in the extreme end. One is in last, another is in first. And the middle two terms, they are called the mean terms. So the four terms are there in a proportion, and the first and last term, that is called extreme terms, and the second and third term, they are called the mean terms. Always in a proportion, the product of extremes will be equal to the product of means. Product of extremes will be equal to the product of means. So in order to check that whether four quantities are in proportion, we have to take the product of their extremes and product of their means, and if both are equal, then we can say that they are in proportion. So always in proportion, the product of extremes will be equal to the product of means. So we can say that in a proportion, the product of extremes will be equal to the product of means, and if A is to B proportionate to C is to D, then A into D means product of extremes will be equal to B into C, that means product of means. So in this way we can check whether four given quantities are forming a proportion or not. Students, the next, continued proportion. What do you mean by continued proportion? If three quantities are said to be in continued proportion, if the product or if the ratio of first term to the second is equal to the ratio of second term to the third, if the ratio of first term to the second is equal to the ratio of second term to the third, then we say that these three quantities are in continued proportion. So if three quantities are said to be in continued proportion, if the ratio of first term to the second and will be equal to the ratio of second term to the third, then that form a continued proportion. So that if A and B, if A, B and C, these are the three quantities and they are in continued proportion, then A is to B, the ratio of first term to the second will be equal, will be proportionate to the ratio of second to the third. Here only three quantities are there, A, B and C. So AB is to BC proportionate to B is to C. Sorry, A is to B proportionate to B is to C. Where we can write the product of extremes, means A into C is equal to B into B. B into B means B square. B square means 2 times we multiply, that is called B square, means B power 2. When the power is 2, we say that that number is square. So if A, B and C are in continued proportion, then B square means this only, B into B. B square will be equal to AC, that means the product of first and last term will be equal to the mean terms, but here the mean terms will be the second term. Therefore, the B is known as the mean proportional. B is known as mean proportional and C is known as the third proportional. So in a continued proportional, mean proportional means it is the second term and the third proportional means it is the third term. So these are called continued proportion. If three quantities are said to be in continued proportion, if the ratio of the first term to the second is equal to the ratio of second term to the third, then that form a continued proportion. Students, so if in a proportion four quantities are there, I told that if any of these quantities are missing, we can find out that missing quantity by using the property of product of extremes will be equal to the product of means. By this property, we can find out the missing numbers in a proportion, missing term in a proportion. So now we will move to the exercise 8.2 question. Okay. First question, find the missing fractions. Here four quantities are given and they form a proportion and one quantity is missing. So here you already studied that in a proportion product of extremes will be equal to product of means. That means here extremes are 1 by 3 and 1. So we can write in this place missing numbers, I write x here. So 1 by 3 is to 1 by 2 proportionate to x by x is to 1. And here 1 by 3 into 1 is equal to 1 by 2 into x, means the product of extremes will be equal to product of means. And then we multiply, so 1 by 3 into 1 means 1 by 3 only, and that is equal to x upon 2. So x upon 2 is equal to 1 upon 3, therefore x is equal to this 2 we take to other side, then it will be, this division changes to multiplication, 1 by 3 into 2, that is equal to 2 by 3. So the missing fraction is equal to 2 upon 3. Okay students, next question, question number 3. Here also for this form a proportional, 4 upon 7 is to dash is proportionate to 8 upon 9 is to 1. Here also product of extreme, here this missing value we can give x, so 4 upon 7 is to x proportionate to 8 upon 9 is to 1. Product of extremes means 4 upon 7 into 1 is equal to x into 8 upon 9. Product of extreme into it will be equal to product of means. That means 4 upon 7 is to 8x upon 9. 8x upon 9 is equal to 4 upon 7. Therefore 8x, first we take this 9 to other side, then this division changes to multiplication upon 7. Then x is equal to this 8 also we shift to other side, then 4 into 9 upon 7 into 8. This multiplication changes to division. Here students we can cut 4 and 8 for 1 and 2. Therefore the answer will be 9 into 7 2s are 14. 9 upon 14. So missing fraction is equal to 9 upon 14. So if any of these quantities in a proportion is missing, then we can find out that using the property of product of extreme will be equal to product of means. I think students you understood, and one question remaining, that is a homework for you, you try it yourself. Students, next question is, check whether the following numbers given in the order form a proportion or not. Here 4 numbers given in an order. We have to check whether they form a proportion or not a proportion. Dear students, according to the property, if 4 quantities form a proportion, the product of extremes will be equal to product of means. So here we check the product of extremes and product of means are equal or not. If they are equal, then we can say that this given order form a proportion, or otherwise no. So we check the product of extremes. First of all, product of extremes, these are 7.2 and 6, they are extremes. That we multiply. means 43.2 extremes, they are extremes. And then we take product of means, which are means 9.6 into 4.5. They are means, so we multiply that. And right, 9.6 and 4.5. Means here also we got 43.20. 20 means 2 only, 43.2. So product of extremes and product of means are equal here. Therefore, we can say that this given order of the numbers is proportion. So we write product of extremes and means are equal. Therefore, it form a proportion. So rest of the question, that's a homework for you. So students, here how to check that? We take the product of extremes and product of means, and if both are equal, then we can say that this given order is forming a proportion. Now students, we are going to solve the third question. The third question is this: find the value of A in the proportion. Missing value, one value is missing in this proportion. We have to find out using the product of extremes and product of means property. We find out that. So here 2 upon 5 into 4 upon 9 is equal to A into 3 upon 7. That means product of extremes will be equal to product of means. And here we multiply 4 2s are 8, 5 4s are 5 9s are 45 is equal to 3A upon 7. Now we write this in this side, 3A upon 7 is equal to 8 upon 45. Now we take this 7 to another side, then 3A is equal to 8 into 7 upon 45. Therefore, A is equal to 8 into 7 upon 45 into 3. Here we cannot cut any numbers, so we multiply. 8 7s are 56 and 135. So A is equal to 56 upon 135. Okay students, fourth question. Fourth question is a word problem, so I am going to read the question, you listen carefully. The ratio of present ages of Prabhat and Anisha is 3:4. Two children, they are Prabhat and Anisha. The ratio of their age, present age, is 3:4. Means if the age of Prabhat is 3, then Anisha's age will be 4. That means 4 times, 4 part of that. If Prabhat is 6 years 9 months old now Prabhat's age is 6 years 9 months, then find the age of Anisha. So here ratio of their present age, current age is given, and Prabhat's age current year is given. So Anisha's current year we have to calculate. So one value is missing, that we want to calculate. So given information I am going to write here. Ratio of Prabhat's age to Anisha is 3:4. 3:4, that is yes. And Prabhat's age is given, that is 6 years and 9 months. So Prabhat's age is 6 years 9 months. That we can convert it totally into months. 6 years means 1 year 12 months. So 6 years means 12 into 6 is equal to 72. 72 plus 9 months is equal to 81 months. Total 81 months. That is the age of Prabhat. So Anisha's age what? We don't know that. So Anisha's age we assume X. So now from the given quantity, using given quantity we make the proportion. Prabhat's age to Anisha's age, the ratio. Prabhat's age 3:4. That is proportionate to Prabhat's age to Anisha's age. So Prabhat's age is given, that 81 and is to Anisha's age X. So this is the proportion. Prabhat's age is to Anisha's age, that is equal to Prabhat's age to Anisha's age. Ratio and here real ages, real percentages. So here one quantity is missing, so according to the property of product of extremes, and product of means we write product of extreme 3 into x means 3x is equal to 4 into 81. Therefore x is equal to 4 into 81 divided by 3 upon 3. We can cut this 3 and 81 because both are 81 is a multiple of 3. So 3 2s are 6 and 21, 3 7s means 27. 4 into 27 is equal to 108 months. So total 108 months. That is the age of Anisha's age. That we can convert it into year. 1 year 12 months. So 108 months means 108 divided by 12. Is equal to 9. Yes, 9 years. So Anisha's age is equal to present age is equal to 9 years. Anisha is 9 years old. Students, question number 5, I will read. The ratio of the weight of an object on the moon and on the earth are in proportion. Means the object on the moon, weight of an object on the moon and on the earth, they are in proportion. The weight of an object, any particular object, that weight on the earth is 78 kilogram and on the moon is 13 kilogram. Weight of one object on the earth is 78 kilogram and the same object on the moon is 13 kilogram. Then if Anand weighs 45 kilogram on the earth, how much will he weigh on the moon? So here the question, it is told that the weight of an object and on the earth and on the moon, they are in proportion. And weight of an object both on earth and on the moon is given here, and Anand's weight on earth also given here. So these all four quantities, Anand's weight and weight of an object, this both on the earth and on the moon, they form a proportion. So missing value we have to find out. Okay, here weight of the Anand on the moon is missing, that we have to find out. So we assume let Anand's weight on the moon is x kilogram. We don't know how much it is, therefore it is x kilogram. Then it is given in the question, the weight of an object on the earth is 78 kilogram, and same object on the moon it weighs 13 kilogram. And Anand's weight on the earth, that is also given, that is 45 kilograms. Then what is Anand's weight on the moon? So students, I told that these four quantities, they form a proportion. So here that weight of object on the earth, Anand's weight on the earth to moon, that we calculate. So weight on earth is 78 kilogram, that is to weight of moon 13 kilogram, and proportionate to Anand's weight on earth, that is 45 kilogram, that is to Anand's weight on moon, that is x kilogram. So they form a proportions. Here we can write in proportion, this is 78 is to 13 proportionate to 45 is to x. That is equal to 78 product of extremes. In a proportion, product of extremes and product of means will be equal. Therefore 78 into x will be equal to 13 into 45. Therefore x is equal to 13 into 45. This multiplication, that changes to division. So whether any numbers are possible to cut, here 13 and 78. The 13 table 78 is coming 6 times. Yes, 6 ones are 6 and 6 13s are 78. 6. Then this 6 and 45, that also comes in 3 table. Or otherwise we can try directly divide. 45 divided by 6. You know that 7 times. 7 6 are 42. Remainder 3 means 0.5. 7.5. So x is equal to 7.5 kilogram, or we can write 7.5 means it is 7.5 kilogram. So here Arnold's weight on moon. Moon is equal to 7.5 kilogram or 7.5 kilogram. Okay, students, so I think that you understood this proportion. So today we have discussed about proportion and continued proportion. A proportion, when two ratios are equal, then they are said to be in proportion. Therefore, in a two ratios, the four quantities will be there, four terms will be there, and product of first and last terms, they are called extremes, and second and third term called means. And in a proportion, the product of extremes will be equal to the product of means. And continued proportion, we studied in continued proportion. In continued proportion, if three quantities are in continued proportion, if the ratio of first term to the second is equal to the ratio of second term to the third, then they are said to be in continued proportion. So in continued proportion, the first product of extremes, that means A into C will be equal to B into B. And in B is called mean proportional, means the middle term is called mean proportional, and C is called the third proportional. So these are the important points that we have discussed in today's maths class. I think students, you understood what is proportions and what is mean proportion, what is continued proportion, and also how to find out the missing numbers if the proportion are given. And there are some homeworks that you have to do it yourself. So it is time to wind up today. Thank you every students, thank you for attending today's class. Okay.